Mountain States working to get people identification cards free of charge, and it's all part of a new initiative by the national nonprofit Spread the Vote.
13 News reporter Lily Bradley sat down with the nonprofit's founder. She joins us now live in the studio with more. Lily.
Well, Pat, Jennifer, if you're one of the 85 million people that have a government-issued ID, it's something you probably take for granted. But it really is the key to so much that we don't even realize. So life can be made much more difficult for those that don't have an ID. That's why the national nonprofit Spread the Vote has started their new initiative, Project ID, and as of this week, they've got a new chapter right here in Charleston. It's a small piece of paper that has a big impact.
Little piece of plastic. It's all it is, but it's the key to everything.
The national nonprofit Spread the Vote is hoping to change that by helping people here in the Mountain State get identification cards free of charge as part of their new initiative, Project ID.
I thought, well, I'll start Spread the Vote and help people get the IDs they need to vote. And it took very little time after that to really understand, oh, IDs are about so much more than voting. And whether you want to vote or not, if you don't have an ID, you need one for your life.
Here in West Virginia, you need a government-issued ID, not just for voting, but for many things that people take for granted, like opening a bank account, paying their utilities, or even catching a bus.
We have folks who just don't have access to these documents and don't have an ID to get access to resources like homeless shelters and food banks.
That's Peshka Calloway. She's the West Virginia State Director of Spread the Vote and Project ID. Calloway says the group helps in emergency situations as well, dealing with those impacted by floods and fires, to those fleeing domestic abuse.
I left a domestic violence situation in 2011. My son was 2 weeks old. I had to flee my home and I left my birth certificate, I left everything. I had that experience, right? And I know how frustrating it could be and how anxious you are.
The Charleston chapter is the first in the Mountain State. Organizers hope to have other regional chapters up and running in the near future. Now, in addition to helping people obtain the right documents, a lot of times the nonprofit will also pay for the government-issued ID. That's around $40, but $40 can make or break someone's wallet.
Absolutely. Okay, so you mentioned this is the first chapter in West Virginia. Are there going to be other ones like this?
Yes, so there are actually 9 across the country located in a bunch of different states, and they're also working to get more here in West Virginia so that there will be help across the Mountain State, not just here in Charleston.
You just don't think about how often you need an identification
card.
No, you really
don't.
How many reasons.
Yeah,
wow.
Absolutely.
Okay, looking for the follow-up to that. Thanks, Lily.
Absolutely.
Some other news.